Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Gaiden, and this is the PCSX2 PlayStation 2 emulator for PC. I'm not drunk. And this is Gradius 5 running on said emulator. And beautiful it is too, with its glorious Vic Viper, blue lasers, alpha effects, and whiz-bang backgrounds. Lovely stuff. So PCSX2, as I said, is an emulator. I think it does PlayStation 1, but this is mainly for PlayStation 2. I don't own a PlayStation 2 console, but I do own a few PlayStation 2 games. I thought, I want to play these games. So I went ahead and downloaded the emulator. I also downloaded a few programs. One of them was called Image Burn, so I could burn my discs to ISOs, and that was very handy. And this is the result. So I've tested this emulator on two PCs, both Windows 10, both Ryzen based, an older Ryzen based console with PC, with 32 gigs of RAM and a 1060 graphics card, and a newer one with 128 gigabytes of RAM and a 3080 RTX graphics card, and there was no perceptible difference in emulation performance, especially at 1080p. I don't have a 4K monitor. So let's describe the good things about emulation. So once you've set everything up, you get you've downloaded, you burn your ISOs, you get to play things like Maximo, and you have controller support out of the box. So I'm using an Xbox One controller to play my PlayStation 2 games. The universe didn't implode at that point, it actually just works. The memory card stuff is all taken care of. It will automatically record your data as a game would. So if you have to manually save in the game, it will do that. The emulator itself has presets for performance. If you've got shite hardware or older hardware. As you can see, Maximo here is a platform action romp. I'd never played this back in the day, and I bought it because it was like 10 quid. And it's Ghouls and Ghosts. I thought, yeah, I'll give that a crack. Much stuff. When I get my PS2, I'll be able to play it. This is Gradius 4, the much maligned Gradius 4. This is a much fairer game than Gradius 3. And it comes on a disc with Gradius 3, like a little collection. And it's quite a nice looking game, really, colour-wise. I don't think the designs of the craft and things are that great, but it's kind of cool. Like I say, it's easier than Gradius 3, so I play it a bit more. And it's a nice looking game, if you can get it configured properly. So one of the benefits of emulation is you can ignore the PlayStation's base resolution. And this is one of those games where if you whack this up to 1080p and stick the right filtering options on, you get a much improved, cleaner looking game. Default setting in this game make this game look horrible. And here's Gradius 3, the ball-busting Gradius 3. It will kill you as soon as look at you. But here you can see there's some lovely sprite work, and it all looks dandy. So that's cool. The other main benefit of PCSX2 is that it's free. Although you do have to download a BIOS for your PlayStation 2 region. It's all, I was going to say simple, but it is documented. It's not simple, but it's documented. If you're not techie, then it's can be a bit of a problem. Now, one of the biggest wins for me personally is I have Outrun 2 on PS2, and it's a cracking game, and it does run in this emulator, so that's awesome. Spiders are missing on the SNES version of that. Anyway, here's Outrun 2, and as you can see, lovely. Now, Outrun 2 does have a widescreen mode, and I can't get the emulator to configure the screen properly into widescreen. But as you can see, it's a decent looking port of the Xbox game, and it's got lovely gameplay, lovely slidey gameplay. It's a cracking game, Outrun 2. I recommend it to everybody. Lovely tunes, great cars, sunny skies. Oh, it's beautiful. This is all wonderful stuff, but there are some issues. We'll get onto those next. We've had the good, this is the other side of the coin. Settings. Oh my god, there are so many settings in this emulator. Most games when you boot them the first time will have some sort of weird graphical glitch. As Outrun 2 here shows, the car selection screen is screwed. So you have to Google why that is and then change the renderer, apparently. The music on this game in particular goes all slow and wonky, as you can hear, and again you have to find the appropriate setting in the emulator. Gradius 3's Starfield got screwed at some point because I was fiddling with the settings to fix a different game, and now it's broken this game. So that's a pain in the butt. There's a host of audio-visual issues with the 4 games that I own on the PlayStation 2. They all require different settings in the emulator, which is a massive pain in the ass for someone like me who buys consoles because I don't like fiddling with PC settings. Now, I realise it's a free program and I can't really complain that much as I'm playing my PlayStation 2 discs on PC and I'm playing them at 1080p, avoiding the horrible output of PlayStation 2, jaggies plus muddiness in a lot of games. The emulator doesn't deal with interlacing very well, and the PlayStation 2 interlaces almost all of its games, which is annoying, apart from Outrun 2, which is progressive scan, which is nice. When something breaks in the emulator, like Gradius 3 there, you just have to reset all of your settings. There's no point trying to twiddle. There's so many variables, there's no point trying to find the one thing that's broken. You must just start from scratch again. You can do things like waste 7,000 hours trying to get Gradius 5 to look as nice as this, and it'll break every single other game. But hey, I don't know if there's a way of saving config files, but again, I don't want to mess with that. I'm a console gamer, not a PC gamer. So, yeah. Other than that though, it's freaking awesome. Like I said, you can play Gradius 5 on your PC, you can see all the detail in the ship and everything. Oh, it's gorgeous. So that's a quick look at the PCSX2 emulator. I will use it mainly for Gradius 5 and Outrun 2, but be warned, it is not a cure-all for your emulation woes. So many PlayStation 2 games can be had for chump change these days, like very little money, and if you've got the PC hardware, and you don't need an Uber PC, you need a decent-ish PC, it's worth picking up, I think, the PCSX2 emulator. Jesus, what a mouthful. Get the right BIOS, make sure you've got a DVD drive, or you'll be downloading ROMs illegally from Russian websites. Because I only play the games I actually own on this, I haven't downloaded any. I actually own 2 Maximo games. I've got the original and the sequel. The sequel's they're great, to be honest. But I wouldn't say it's convenient, I'd say it's cool, and it makes your PlayStation 2 games look much better than they ever did back in the day, if you can be bothered to faff with the settings. So only you will know whether you can be bothered to do that. So I'll leave that in your capable hands. What I'll say is, emulation in general isn't for me, but when it comes to the PlayStation 2, do you know what? I might stick with it, because I did have a PlayStation 2 back in the day, and I do remember the visuals for things like Gradius 4 being really blurry, and on here you can clean it up quite nicely, and it's actually not a bad looking game. It's obviously not as nice as Gradius 5, but then what is? Alright then, that's a quick look at the PCSX Emulator 2, the pros and cons. Pros, it plays your PlayStation 2 games. Cons, it's a ball ache to set up. Oh dear. Okay. Ta-ra.